The most expensive personal credit card available on the market today for the average consumer is the American Express Platinum card. It's recently gone from $695 a year to $895 a year. But for that, it promises an immense potential return of over $3,000 if you utilize all the credits and benefits. So how easy are these credits and benefits to use? So in this video today, I'm going to do kind of a mini review of the American Express Personal Platinum Card and also talk about the different credits. I'm actually going to rank them from what I think are the worst credits to the very best credits and tell you whether I think you can actually get your value back on such an extremely expensive credit card. So if you would, please hit the like and subscribe button and let's look at it together. So the American Express Platinum card was often called a travel card, the king of travel cards. Well, those days are pretty much over because now it's really the king of lifestyle cards because of all the new credits that were added when they did the increased annual fee to $895. This card has many, many credits that don't really have anything to do with traveling at all. They're not just airline credits or hotel credits, although it has all of those. It has a lot of other types of credits as well. So it's being dubbed now as a full lifestyle type card, which that's neither here nor there. That's not necessarily a bad thing because, I mean, we all live our lives. And so if a card makes our lives better and it makes some parts of our lives less expensive, then hey, that's not a bad thing at all. So does this card do that for an almost $900 annual fee? Well, when you look at it, first of all, when you sign up for the card, usually it's going to be worth it because even though American Express has this thing they call no lifetime language rules, which means that you can pretty much only get one of their cards once in your lifetime. So if you've never had this card before, they have up to a 175,000 MR point bonus available. And I think you have to spend about $8,000 in about 6 months to get that sign-up bonuses. So that sign-up bonuses is an up to offer, so it might be different. One person might get 80,000 point offer. Another person might get 125,000 point offer. Another person might get 175,000 point offer. So either way, even at the lowest end, the 80,000 points, it's questionable there, but still maybe worth it, particularly if you can lose a lot of the credits. So where it really is trying to sell itself, that it can pay for itself, that you can get all your money back and way, way more, is through all these different travel and lifestyle credits that are being offered. And so there are many. I'm not even going to get to all of them today because I have absolute confidence I will forget some of them. But I've listed at least 15 benefits and credits on the card that I'm going to rank from what I think are the worst, just absolute garbage credits that are just in there to kind of puff up the potential value, but that very, very few people will actually use, up to the credits that I think are just absolutely awesome, where if anybody just puts in a small amount of effort, you're going to get lots and lots of return on this card. So let's dive into them together. Now, it needs to be said before we get started, the American Express Platinum card is a great benefits card, but it is not a really good earning card. So you're not going to get great multipliers when it comes to spending on the card. It's got 5x if you buy directly with airlines, and pretty much everything else is 1x. Now you can get some things through the portal, hotels and stuff, but pretty much it's a 1x everywhere card unless you're buying airfare. And so it's just not useful for that. It is a card that you get for the perks. So do these perks make it worth it? At the very bottom of the credits, one of the worst credits available on any credit card in the world is the $300 Equinox credit. And this will be number 16 on our list. Equinox is a gym, a very, very fancy, very, very expensive gym. I think the monthly fee is close to $300 at this gym. And it's in places like, New York and LA and San Francisco, places like that. So it's a very, very, very high-end gym. And you can get a $300 credit, so basically cover 1 month. But you can't just sign up for 1 month. You got to sign up for like a year, and it might cover 1 month. You can also get like their digital membership, which is like, basically an app that'll that'll give you some workout motivation or something. But basically, this is not a normal person gym. So I think this credit is one of the worst that there is. It's just thrown on there to add a $300 potential credit when very few people are ever going to get that. So it's the worst. It's number 16 for me. Number 15 is a new credit, and some people are going to disagree with this because that's fine. Some people use this, but they have this Oura ring thing, and it's $200 towards an Oura ring. But the reason I'm putting it so low, first of all, you can't buy an Oura ring for $200. You got to spend more than that on this. And it's a ring that does basically what an Apple Watch can do, that it can, track your heart and track your sleep and all sorts of stuff. And there's an app with it, but you got to pay a monthly maintenance or a monthly usage fee for it. So in that, it's not good. You can't use it for the monthly fee. You got to use it for equipment. You can't get an Oura ring anymore. I think when they first started this, there were some older ones that were still available for $200, but not any longer. So to me, this credit it's all right, but most people have a way to do that through their smartwatch or in other ways, and it doesn't work for the annual fees. So it seems like kind of a gimmicky thing to help Oura sell some more rings and to potentially boost up the potential value of the card. So I'm going to put this one at the 15th spot. At number 14, we got a couple of hotel statuses. So it gives hotel status in 3 different hotel chains. And one of them is higher on the list because it's much more valuable. But here I have Marriott Gold, and then a new one, I kind of lumped them together, this Leaders Club. And the only reason I did that is I don't know much about the Leaders Club. I haven't dug into it much. So I will give the caveat that may be much better than deserving to be right here on the list. But when it comes to Marriott Gold is just not worth much. Basically what it gets you is a few more points per dollar spent at Marriott properties and bottled water. That's about it. So it may look really good on paper where you get, quote, gold status at Marriott. But when you actually use gold status at a Marriott, it's just not very valuable. At the 13th spot is the $120 Uber One credit. Now, this is a credit that gets you basically the membership to Uber One, which gives you some delivery fees, that are discounted or maybe even free and things of that nature. So it's not a bad credit at all, especially if you use Uber a lot and if you use Uber Eats for delivery and all of that. So certainly it's not bad, but I think it doesn't bring a lot of value to the card. So I'm going to put that here at the next spot. At the 12th spot to me is the Clear credit. Now, the Clear credit is a credit that allows you to get through the security line much faster because Clear is a private company. I think it's just over, right at about $200 a year or a little bit more for a Clear membership. And so this card will give you that credit. And Clear can be helpful. They can basically put your information in the system and you can kind of buzz to the front of the line just by putting your fingerprint in the machine or examining your eye retina, stuff like that. So it's a kind of an expedited way to get through security, but not every airport has it. And sometimes it's not faster than going through the TSA line. So to me, it's a good credit, but it's not the best. So that's why it's kind of here on the back end of the list. The 11th credit on the list to me is the $100 Saks credit. Now this one can be used. It's broken up into $50 first half of the year, $50 second half. It is not a great credit, but you can get $50 worth of stuff, which basically means a pair of socks or something, or $50 off a more expensive item, because Saks is an expensive store. So you can go in and buy physical gift cards in the actual store, but you can't do online gift cards. So it's one of those things where they even charge shipping on that amount. So you're going to get a little bit of something discounted or free, but you're not going to get a lot. And the reason if it were more of a credit, more money, then it would be much higher on the list. But that's where I put the $100 Saks credit. Number 10 on the list is really a feature of the card, not really a credit. And that is the travel protections and like rental car protections. It's got secondary rental car coverage, which means that your own private insurance is going to kick in first before it covers the car. But it does have that. It has some pretty good travel protections, like if you get delays or if you have delayed baggage, things of that nature, your flights are canceled. So those are pretty good with American Express. So I think that deserves the 10th spot on the list. Number 9 for me is a new credit to it. It's a big credit, $300 for Lululemon, the store. Now, Lululemon has kind of some very trendy exercise type clothes. A lot of ladies like to wear them, especially their yoga pants. But it gives $75 every quarter. That's not quite enough to get their regular price yoga pants, but it's a pretty big time discount. You can, the way I understand it, you can buy physical gift cards in the store and kind of save those up. So the reason I put this, I mean, it's very specific for a very specific store, but $300 is a fairly significant amount. So that's why I put it right here on the list as a right in the middle, not a terrible credit, not the best credit, but certainly an addition, a good addition to the card. So now we're at the 8th spot on the list, and we're getting into some pretty good credits. This is where this card really starts to pay off. So at number 8, I have the $200 Uber credit. Now that's broken up into $15 a month, and then you get the remainder of it more in the month of December. And you can use it for Uber or for Uber Eats. Now it's not higher on the list because even though Uber is really easy to use, especially with Uber Eats, it is broken up monthly, which is a pain. You got to remember to use it every month. But I think most people can use it very easily, either for an Uber ride or to order lunch from Uber Eats, and $15 will pretty much cover that. So that to me is a pretty good return, and it's not too hard to get your full $200 back. So this makes it to the 8th spot on the list, and this is kind of where the credits are what I would consider starting to get really, really good. At number 7 is another hotel status, and this one's a good hotel status, and that is Hilton Gold. The reason this is so much better than the Marriott is because Hilton Gold status lets you have either a food and beverage credit in the United States, and it can be $10 at some, $15 at others. This is per day, per person, up to 2 people. And then also $25 at some of their higher end, or free continental breakfast overseas. And that has real monetary, tangible value. So it also could get you upgrades. I've seen people upgraded to really good rooms, even sometimes, not very often, but sometimes even suite type rooms with Hilton Gold. So it's a very, very good status. And to me, it makes it right here at this spot on the list. Number 6, and I know a lot of people will disagree with this, but I use it all the time. I find it to have so much powerful value in so many different ways, and that is the Walmart Plus credit. It gives you a free membership to Walmart Plus. If you pay it out every month, it gives you back a credit every month on the card. Walmart is the most used and shopped at grocery store in America, and they have the widest distribution of delivery in America. So what you in essence get with this is you get free delivery on all your groceries all the time. I mean, it's pretty amazing. You also get a big discount on gas at several different gas stations, but particularly Walmart's own gas stations, but several others as well. You also get discounts, random weird discounts at like Burger King. I think it's 20 or 25% all the time, and then a free Whopper every 3 months or something like that. There are a lot of little strange credits like that, but the delivery with Walmart and the discount on gas, I think this is a fantastic and often overlooked credit for the American Express Platinum card. Number 5 is, again, a benefit of the card, and that is lounge access. Because this card, everybody always says it's the king of lounge access, and that's because it has the most access to lounges. Now, if it gave access to guests as well at the American Express Centurion clubs and at Delta Sky clubs, this would be the number 1 benefit on the card. But it does give guests with Priority Pass, which is over 1,300 different lounges throughout the world. It gives you personally access to the Centurion clubs, which are some of the nicest clubs, and there's a bunch of them. It gives you access when you're flying Delta to the Delta Sky clubs. It gives you access to so many others. I mean, you have things like escape lounges and even some others. So it has such broad airport lounge access. The only reason this is number 5 on the list and not number 1 is because it does charge for guests at those Centurion lounges, Delta Sky clubs, and some of the others. So that's why I think this is a great benefit, but just falls short of being the very best of the best that it could be. Number 4 is a $200 airline credit. Now, if this wasn't billed as airline incidentals, it would be higher on the list. If it wasn't easy to skirt that restriction, get around that restriction, it'd be lower on the list. But I put it right here at number 4 because even though it is technically for things like check bags, and it can be very useful for things like that, people often find ways to use it and to even use it for airfare or to bank up points and money for airfare later, stuff like that. So, I mean, we're all in this to travel. So to me, $200 airline credit is a really good credit, and that makes it to number 4 on the list. So now we're down to the final 3, the 3 big boys, the best credits that it has to offer. And it's interesting to me that all 3 of them are somewhat new. Now, the third it had before, but it's enhanced it. It's changed it. And number 3 is the $300 digital entertainment credit, $25 a month. Now, they used to have a digital entertainment credit. They upped the amount and they added some more different vendors that it works for. So it's got like Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, it's got ESPN. It's got things like Wall Street Journal. It's got things like YouTube Premium. I mean, it works on a lot of stuff. Who doesn't have those different streaming services? So to me, this is such an easy one to get $300 in value back from, which leads us to number 2. And it is a brand new credit. It is the $400 Resy credit. Now, normally I wouldn't like a dining credit that's based upon a certain type of restaurant, like, quote, Resy. But I have found that there are Resys in a lot of places. I live in a pretty small community, and we even have a Resy restaurant. It's a good restaurant. And so there are thousands of Resy restaurants. And all you have to do is go and use the card, and it automatically applies. So in essence, it's an easy-to-use $400 dining credit that's broken up into $100 every quarter. So you just get basically a free $100 dinner every quarter if you go to Resy restaurants. They're easy to find. It's easy to use. It is an awesome credit. Easy to get your $400, which leads us to the number 1 credit, in my opinion. The best credit is the upgraded, changed, and newly improved $600 FHR, Fine Hotels and Resorts and Hotel Collection credit with the American Express Platinum card. $600, broken up into $300 the first half of the year, $300 the second half of the year. But what's great about this is if you go on, they have so many properties available, and you can use it on a single night. You can do it twice a year. And it's not that tough to find hotels that aren't that much more than the $300. So you're getting a stay at a very nice luxury hotel, and you get $300 off of that. So easy to get your $600 back. So what do I think of the changes to the American Express Platinum card? I got to say, I think it's awesome. I think the new AMEX Platinum is a really, really strong benefits card. It's not a strong earner. I would never put a lot of money on this card. But as far as the benefits go, I think this card could definitely upgrade your lifestyle with a whole lot more in value than the $900, because you're getting the $900 back with just the digital entertainment and the FHR credit, the hotel credit. And then when you start adding on $400 in Resy, $200 in airfare, clear credit, the hotel lounges, the statuses, this card, wow, it is powerful, powerful, powerful. So I got to say, I wasn't a big fan of the American Express Platinum before the change. But even though they raised the fee by $200, I think it's a really strong card, especially for the spreadsheet warrior who's willing to make sure they get all these credits back. I think it's nothing but money in your pocket all day long. Let me know what you think below. Do you love it? Do you like the changes? Do you not like it? Are you keeping it or are you canceling it? I'd love to hear your views of it. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you here next time.